Hi everyone, I'm going to be sharing my critical paper. First, I'm going to point out which piece that I've chosen from each thematic section. And I'm going to be focusing on three literary components, which is characterization, imagery, and symbolism. For the first thematic section, which is innocence and experience, I chose The House on Mango Street. Cisneros describes Esperanza as someone that's longing for a home that she could be proud of. Cisneros' use of imagery not only livens up the text, but evokes the extremities of Esperanza's situation. The excerpt mainly focuses on the physical appearance of the house that Esperanza is living in. She mentions about broken water pipes and hallway stairs. Esperanza uses this house as a symbol of her family's poverty, and in order for this to change, she feels that her family must attain a real house, and by a real house, it's something that she could point out and be proud of. This piece relates to my experience because, like Esperanza, I've moved a lot to nine to be exact, and I often wonder when the permanent house that we could be proud of and blessed with would finally arrive. The desire for such a house does not necessarily mean wanting to level up status wise, but is more on the host for a sense of security to have a home that can't be taken away from you. The next piece I chose under conformity and rebellion is Amitan's Two Kinds. Amitan characterizes the mother as someone who wants her daughter to achieve success and aspire for greatness through her own American dream. The narrator, on the other hand, at first was anxious to find her inner prodigy, but as the story progressed, she just wanted to find her inner self, and she did not want to be someone she's not, but rather who is she capable of being. Tan presents clear and detailed descriptions of not just places but people, and not just visuals but olfactory, auditory, kinesthetic, tactile, and all this imagery. The one imagery that stands out the most is auditory. The piano as well contributes to the auditory imagery, and it's also a significant symbol in the story. Tan makes readers hear its music and feel its significance through her words. I feel that the narrator and her music symbolize what oftentimes children must encounter in order to find their self-identity. I can relate to this story because coming from an Asian American family, my parents wanted me to be a nurse, and I think it's sort of common with any Asian American family that parents would want their daughters or son to study and end up having a high paying job in the future. Um, but in the end, I was able to stand up for what I wanted to do, and I was able to choose my own career path, but I still maintained the values and work ethics that my parents taught me. Is Wolf uses a what if imagery by characterizing the sister as of equal ability and intelligence, possessing his talent, and have the same hunger and passion for the art. Woolf's depiction of Shakespeare's sister symbolizes women's existence in a world of male dominance, and her disappearance or presumed death symbolizes the limitations of a woman, failure to show her capabilities and enhance her role in society. I actually grew up with this perspective, and I still do because of life's unpredictable circumstances. One must rely and trust on his or her capabilities, especially as a woman, before depending on someone else, because in today's societies, there's still people that doubt our capabilities. So we must prove ourselves worthy, and I thought that this story sort of influences that. With Keezer's Bitch, many of us have or will experience a time where we come across an object or a person that reminds us of our pain or suffering, and it's only natural for us to feel a certain internal sensation such as regret, remorse, or other whirlwinds of emotions. How this relates to my human experience is that I felt that Granny Weatherall embodied many individuals who bravely face life's hardships, but when faced with death, realize their weakness and fear that we're not ready for it, which represents my own outlook on death. When faced with that, I see myself imagining my own life, past regrets, satisfying moments, and unachievable future. Like Granny Weatherall, I see myself reliving my life through my thoughts and wishing for more time as my mind prepares for death. That's all for my critical paper. Thank